go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Atelier des Arts, and this is a rose-based fragrance called Rose Omeyyade. Now this release must sell well, as they also have an Extrait version of this. They hand selected a few of their, I'm assuming, top sellers. They're more popular fragrances and made Extrait versions of them. I haven't spoken much about this brand on my channel. They started out being a, well, I don't know recently, I haven't really checked, but they started out with the FBB. They were sending out free bottles like crazy, free collections, honestly, to reviewers. But for me personally, I have Boiscard, and I, of course, have Lune Féline, which were unboxed on my channel in 2023 and 2024, respectively. So 2025, we got Rose. So I guess I'm doing one review per year on this brand. That's what it seems like. So the third one on my channel, this is not an unboxing because it's part of the decant site. So I will be decanting this after this review, or this unboxing, basically. Well, not an unboxing, first impression. The person that returned this, we got to shake it up, but the one that returned this used more than 10%. So that is a lot. And this bottle doesn't look like it's leaking or anything at all. So this is usage. Honestly, this is a lot of use. So shame on you on who returned this. So this fragrance right here, you know, it's a brand, honestly, I like these two. So it's a brand that I have high hopes with. I don't know why I haven't delved more into this brand. But if you haven't sent me suggestions, please do in the comments. A great thing. Like, I'm not a big like comment hunter that I'm just like comment my stuff, algorithm. No. But this is like a true blue fragrance head that has people watching him. Might as well use you guys as you know, you can let me know. And when I'm searching, I can use you as a tool, basically, to see what's next for me to sample. I should sample a few from this brand. So if you're new to this channel, welcome to the Rose Omeyyade channel. I'm your host, Mark, and hit that subscribe button, smash that like button at least. I certainly appreciate it. To the ones that return to my channel, merci beaucoup for all your support. Much love to all of you. I'm a reviewer that is not part of the FBB. I don't get free bottles from brands. I'm not tied to any brand. This has right now a good track record, but we all know on my channel that what you've done for me lately is just an intro, right? I'll tell you if a brand has done really well, even though they're part of the FBB. I don't really, you know, that's just me letting you know of what's out there, so you'll be more educated when you're delving into certain brands. That's all I'm doing. It doesn't mean I'm just sitting in the corner crying, going, FBB, wah, they all suck. Nah, Amouage is part of the FBB, but I still give them flowers. Same with this brand. Shame on me, I haven't delved more into this brand, actually. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the note breakdown. We're going to take a look at the nose and pricing and all that good stuff. So let's start off with the notes in here. Up top, from what I would assume, is rose, your primary, I'm assuming. We also have raspberry. Now, the rose could go jammy here. You know, the raspberry and rose could be like really close together and kind of give you that imagery. So I'm kind of half anticipating that. We'll see. Pink pepper can also give out a rosy quality as well. So you may get, you know, several different rose facets, right? More of an accord, basically, where you're getting all different types of things from a rose material, different materials that'll give you different type of a dry rose, a green rose, things like that. In the mid, we have brown sugar. Okay, so we don't have enough sugar from the raspberry. We're gonna go with the brown sugar as well. Okay, patchouli, okay, can give it some green nuances, depending. And Guaiac Oud. Now, Guaiac Oud famously is a note that can be leathery, smoky. So these are things obviously woody, but these are things I'm looking out for from Guaiac. Done well, Guaiac does really well in certain fragrances. Actually, some perfumiers utilize Guaiac to kind of replace a leathery aspect to their fragrances. In the base, we have oud. Okay, so is this going to be a rose oud combo? Amber and sandalwood. So, right, there's some notes in here that, kind of get you going a little bit. You're like, okay, what's the raspberry going to do? What's the brown sugar going to do? What's the Guaiac, amber, and the oud going to do? Those are the ones that are like kind of wild cards. Rose, and then again, you can't just look at a little note breakdown and go, oh, okay, this is going to be this. Because rose, like I said, has several facets. Oud can go a gazillion different ways. Guaiac, same thing. Patchouli, same thing. Pink pepper, same thing. So you can't really, amber, same thing. So you can't really just look at a note breakdown and go, okay, it's going to be this. No. You got to look at volumes and what the Perfume is going to do. Now, this was released back in 2015. Oh, okay, so it's got some years. It's got 10 plus years on it. Congratulations on your 10 years. Nose Marie Salamang, definitely a nose that is, yeah, we could say an all-star perfumier. Marie has done a lot of work. Now looking at pricing, this one retails for $275 USD. Oof, okay. Once it starts hitting, like, I'm starting to kind of soften on niche brands that are going around, the low 200s, because designer brands are creeping closer to that, as for retail, I mean. But some of these brands have already leapfrogged the 200s and went to the 3s and the 4s, right? There was some brands when I first started, Tom Ford Private Blend's a great example. There were I think 250 around that, give or take, for the 50 ml bottles, right? Around two, and you could get them like online, like at discounters around 180, 190. You still can on some of them, but it just goes to show you how different, the game is. Like here in Canada, Tom Ford Private Blend, depending which one you're getting, you could be looking at $500-$600 for a small bottle. Kind of crazy. So at discounters, this thing can be found around 110, 120, which is more of a comfortable price point. And looking at designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier and Paco Rabanne, they're out of their mind charging 150, 175 for their stuff. Where I can go at a discount and get a niche product that's probably, if I was a betting man, I'd put money down right now that this is much better fragrance than anything Paco and Jean-Paul Gaultier did, as far as quality goes, blending, artistic side of things. So let's go. Let's sniff this one out. We put it on a strip first, and then we'll put it on skin. Atomizers, weak sauce a little bit. So Rose Omeyyade. Rose based. Not bad. It has a jamminess, so the raspberry, and then again, it could be the rose that's also giving it a jamminess. Yeah, damask rose with that raspberry note. A little bit of peppery nuances from the pink pepper. The rose is kind of going jammy, but it's also going green, so there might be several facets of rose in here. It's a sweet, jammy rose idea from what I'm getting off the strip here. I'm getting a little bit, that Guaiac is coming through a little bit as well. So let's put it on skin. Right now, quality is really, really good, but rose-based fragrances are very, like, it's like saying a vetiver-based fragrance. There's certain fragrances, notes or materials that are oversaturated in our fragrance game. Like rose can be done. There's so many roses, vetivers, patchoulis, sandalwoods. Some of these are just, you got to be great. Okay. So on skin, a little bit of the woodiness is coming through. So can it be a rose oud combo? It's rose-centric though. But I can start smelling the Guaiac and a westernized oud kind of thing going on. So I'm getting a little bit of that. I can sense it, right? It's not there yet. I can sense it. So I'm thinking in the mid, this is going to be a little more prominent. I'm assuming assumptions, but it mellows to like it's jammy, rose, raspberry, a little bit of that pink pepper hue. Brown sugar, not so much, even though it's sweet, but it doesn't give me that thought of granulated sugar. Not for me personally, like a brown sugar, no. It's more of just a typical like fruity sweetness. I'm getting a little bit of smoke from the Guaiac. Guaiac's heavy, westernized ouds, dusty, woody kind of oud kind of thing. So don't expect barnyard, don't expect anything. The oud is very subtle in the background of this thing. So Rose is clearly the major player in this release. As per the name, that's my assumption. Yes. The woods do really well to support it, but they're playing, more of a supporting role here just to balance out the set a little bit, right? So this could go in the redundant pile of things, not as per the brand, but as per the whole scope of niche perfumery, rose-based scents with a little bit of a woody backdrop. The raspberry and rose play well in the sandbox. They really do. But it's in that rose oud typical combo. As far as the major idea of this thing, a rose centric, rose woody thing, but heavy on the rose. Like, usually depending, they'll share the spotlight. Not here. The rose is central, but a well constructed one. I'm saying, at the discounter price, 110, 120, if you don't have anything like this, you've done well at 110. You've done well. It's a good purchase. If you're new to this and you kind of like this DNA, I'm trying to think right now, there's a lot of niche products that will do this kind of thing, but you may be spending a little bit more. At retail, this hurts. At 275 USD, that's I'm not saying you lost, but it hurts. It hurts. It's not unique, but it's well done, well constructed. But, with a rose-based scent, and again, I'm trying to think, like there's some that, forget the kind of woody backdrop. I think the woody backdrop kind of hurts its uniqueness factor because I could put it in the rose oud combos, right? If it didn't have that and it had something else, it might be a little different, but it works well. That's the thing. And it smells great. And it's well composed. Maddie did her thing here. It's well composed, but the unique, it's not like, I'm just like, I don't know. After this review, will I wear it? I might wear it and enjoy it. It'll be good, but it's going to be one of those that it's going to be happenstance that I'm going to wear it, right? I'm looking at my collection. This thing's going to get lost in the shuffle. And that's just me personally. For you out there, if you have a rose oud or a rose woody type of thing, there's some that are more complex. And we can go through the whole thing. Some that have more performance, some are more complex, more unique. Ones that, you're going to have more woods than rose, but still a beautiful rose. This is where it kind of slots in where it might get lost in the shuffle. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, good scent, but nothing, for a guy like me now, if I went to one of their boutiques and I smelt the whole lineup, I would just exactly what I'm saying here to you today. That's what I would be like. The essay is the camera. And I'd be, if they're asking me what I think about every single one, I'd smell this and I'd be like, exactly what I told you guys. And I'd be like, moving on, right? This is not the one I want to spend my money on. Good for the right person, but I think for me personally, kind of lost in the shuffle. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. This one right here, probably not the most popular of the brand. I like to do that, the gold nuggets. And that's one thing with this brand. They do spray out. They do. They do go on your skin. And I've heard some people, not me personally, I've never had any issues with the atomizers jamming up because of the gold flakes. Not personally, but maybe some other people have. But yeah, give your thoughts. Good, bad, and the ugly. I think it's a good product, but I just think it's kind of like redundant product. That's where I'm at. And as always, a great rapport fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching YouTube. Have a good one.